Hello and welcome back to this week's edition of 5 Minute Geography with me, Stephen Doyle, explaining as simply as possible the world around us. This week in 5 Minute Geography we're going to look at something a little bit different. We're going to look back on some of the major natural disasters of 2019. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for another 5 Minute Geography Fact of the Week. We'll start off with the Australian bushfires. Australia is no stranger to bushfires. However, the 2019-2020 season proved to be unprecedented in many ways. The first major bushfires began even before the official arrival of spring in June, and then new out-of-control fires sprung up at the beginning of September 2019. At least 3 lives and 150 homes were lost by mid-November, as 1 million hectares or 2.5 million acres of Australian bush burned, prompting a catastrophic fire warning. Pyrocumulus, uncontrollable firestorms like thunderstorms within a plume of fire. According to the Australian climate scientist Jason Sharpless, the fire could remain out of control for months with scorching temperatures and no rain in the forecast. In mid-January 2020, a wave of heavy rain finally brought in some relief in some areas hit by the bushfires, but it was nowhere near sufficient enough to extinguish the fires. It did, however, provide a break for the firefighters in some areas who had seen only occasional breaks. Next up was Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas. On the 1st of September, the eye of the hurricane made landfall on the Abaco Islands with a maximum sustained wind of 295 kilometers an hour. The monster of a hurricane squatted over the Bahamas for more than a day, lashing the beautiful islands with winds of up to 354 kilometers an hour. A meteorologist by the name of Jeff Masters called it the worst, fierce and prolonged battering by an Atlantic hurricane of any populated place in recorded history. It received a Category 6 rating. Damage amounts up to $3.4 billion, and there were at least 70 deaths in the country. Another 284 people were left missing after the hurricane. The droughts in India. Droughts across India have created a water crisis. Nearly half of the population, up to 600 million people, are desperately short of water. Even the town that once held the record for the wettest place on earth faces shortages of water. After years of delayed and failed or weak monsoons, some of the droughts are now visible from space. Disastrous hailstorms. Freakishly large hailstorms struck across the globe in 2019, decimating crops in Armenia and France, which actually declared a state of emergency after burying the Mexican city of Guadalajara in up to 5 feet of ice. And all of this happened during a sweltering summer heat. A massive mudslide in Durban. Torrential rains caused flooding and triggered a huge mudslide in the South African area of Durban, with an estimated 100 mils or 4 inches of rain falling in one day. More than 70 people lost their lives as mud and floodwater engulfed homes, businesses and roadways. Freak lightning events. 5 people were killed and 150 people injured when numerous lightning bolts struck the Tatra Mountains, which can be found on the border between Poland and Slovakia. Witnesses listened to the sudden storm. Witnesses compared the sudden storm to listening to a terrorist attack, as lightning split rocks and knocked hikers from mountain slopes. Also in Uganda, a storm turned deadly when mourners were struck at a funeral, killing 6 and injuring 11. the eruptions of White Island. White Island is located in New Zealand and is a massive tourist attraction. Tourists were actually seen walking inside the volcanic crater of White Island moments before the eruption. White Island is described as New Zealand's most attractive volcano. However, GeoNet, which provides geological information, reported volcanic unrest occurring on the island since October. Thankfully, the eruption was short-lived. White Island is an area uninhabited. However, it is a huge tourist attraction. As such, no major structures were destroyed, but more than 30 people were hospitalized. At least 10 people died, with 8 people missing and presumed dead as of the 9th of December. Ecuador's earthquake. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Ecuador, bordering Peru and Colombia. The Peru-Chile Trench was the centre of a large earthquake. Early reports did not indicate any major damage, though the tremors were felt through a wide area. Thankfully, the areas affected were sparsely populated. Despite relative proximity to the coast, no Pacific-wide tsunami occurred. Thankfully, there were no deaths and no serious injuries. Thunderstorms are common occurrences on Earth. It's estimated that a lightning strike hits somewhere on the Earth's surface approximately 44 times every second. A total of nearly 1.4 billion lightning strikes happen every year. As always, I've been Stephen Doyle with 5 Minute Geography. Please hit the like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. And if you'd like me to cover a specific topic, please just pop it in the comment section below.